Hello, it's JANG here with a look at a LEGO Jurassic World set. This is Pteranodon Capture. It comes with 174 pieces. This is the Pteranodon that they want you to capture here. It's the same mold that they've used before, and here I have the previous version from the last dinosaur theme that LEGO did, and they've just recolored it. And it's a light bluish gray and dark red. I do very much like how LEGO tends to blend together some of the colors in these slightly softer plastic pieces. The fact that these are softer than normal actually means for the wings and also for the head pieces means that they're less likely to get broken. You can flap these wings up and down, and they have really nice angles to them. Look at the compound curves in there. That's really beautifully done, actually. I'm glad that they did it right the first time. You can bring those quite far down and up. I mean, that just looks very realistic and believable to me. You also have the jaw, which could be opened by opening the top, actually. The bottom part is just pushed straight in there. And this is actually a little bit more rubbery. You can put a minifigure up on top if you want to. You can also attach this to anything that's bar-sized, or you can attach it to anything that's studded from underneath to make it look like it's flying through the air. This helicopter, meanwhile, is what you're supposed to try to capture the Pteranodon with. And it has a net shooter over on this side. And I personally am no fan of the LEGO net shooters. It requires that you bunch up and fold up and bunch up this net material and try to get it so that it'll come out cleanly. The idea here is that you push this from behind and you push it quickly, and it's going to shoot that net out. See, it kind of works. Depends on exactly how you fold it up, and the idea is that you're going to try to get this to land on the Pteranodon while it's flying and just kind of tie it up a little bit. So the best thing that you're going to do as far as play is concerned is just get this to land on it, and then you just have to imagine that it's been kind of trapped by it and it slowly falls to the ground because it's not able to flap its wings quite as much. But that's what that is, and you can see that you can turn it around in different directions so you can kind of aim it. You can also move it out of the way to get a little bit of access to the inside. So if you want to put something in there, including a minifigure, you can make one just sit down. Though it's a little bit tough to get something in there, you can do it. It's a pretty well-built helicopter, actually. It's a little bit different from the norm. I like the lines from the side. Pretty well done. Got some building on the side here for these side pieces, these side little assemblies. Handful of stickers, not too many in my opinion. Looks and feels pretty solid, pretty decent looking tail. It's got the tail rotor over on this side. Not a lot of space for the air to get through there, but yeah, this was a pretty respectable build. And then over on this side, you've got this opening section which can be brought out, and that can fire off a little tranquilizer gun. It's a stud shooter. Can rotate around on here reluctantly on this old Exoforce arm piece right there. And so you can get that to shoot in many different directions, and they give you some extra studs there in that transparent bright green color, and you can also remove this and use it as a minifig weapon when you're down on the ground. So, you know, it folds away decently well. I think that the action features here are not necessary, you know, but if you want to use them, they are there, and you can get them to work well with some practice. Then there you've just got your plain little console with just a printed piece that we've seen many times before, but yeah, I think design-wise, all of this just works pretty well. The two minifigures are Simon Masrani and one ACU officer. It's just a generic asset containment unit person with the full armor, the full vest on. Very much like the Masrani figure. I like the color scheme. I like the level of detail. Everything just feels like it fits together well. I think it's just a well-chosen and well-designed figure. You get the tranquilizer gun, the handheld one, for the ACU unit there. The ACU minifigure does not have a secondary face on it, interestingly enough, but the Masrani figure does have a secondary face. And if you have not seen one of these ACU guys without the vest on, that also has a pretty good print underneath there with some different levels of shading and color. Looks pretty good, and there's what that one looks like from the front. This is a fairly modest sized and very straightforward set. There's nothing too fancy special about it, so not a lot of point in talking about it a lot. Again, I feel like they've done a pretty good job here for what it is. You know, you get the Pteranodon, which looks really good. You know, it's a recolor, but it's a recolor of something good. I think the minifigures are good, and the build of the helicopter is definitely superior to what is kind of the norm for this size of helicopter. Could it be better? Could it be more realistic? Sure. Could it be larger? Sure. But for the age range and for the size and for the target price, I feel like this build has enough new things about it or enough interesting things about it for me as an older builder, yet it is still simple and straightforward enough to build for even the youngest of builders. That's it for my thoughts about this one. Please share your thoughts. If you have anything that you would like to say about this set or its components, feel free to use the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll be talking to you again very soon.